Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, coming at you with another video. Thanks for taking time out to check it out. It's greatly appreciated. Make sure you give this video a thumbing and or liking, because that's greatly appreciated as well. I'm the Crapgamer, the king of all game related media, the absolute most compelling motherfucker on YouTube, the albino rhino, the pony leg breaker extraordinaire, and many more things, some too vulgar to even say on air. Ooh, dun dun dun. Hope you guys are all going to have a very good 4th of July. Please stay safe, and if you're going to let off fireworks and things like that, make sure you do it away from animals and things like that, because it can really freak them out and they can get spooked and kind of run away and things like that. So be safe and be careful and use your heads about it, okay? On to today's topic, and that is Sony, according to this article, has said that the PlayStation 4 Slim and the PlayStation 4 Neo will be the last upgrades for the PlayStation 4 cycle. Basically, they want to use a standard 6-year cycle. These are coming 3 years in, so do the math, and it looks like by 2019, we could be seeing a PlayStation 5, which basically means that there would really be no reason to buy a Neo or a Slim, because you're going to have to buy another one in a couple of years' time, because they're actually not getting these things out till almost the beginning of 2017, which literally gives you no reason to buy one. None whatsoever, because there's already, if you're looking for, say, a very good VR experience on a console, you're going to get the Scorpio, because that's probably going to run Vive or Oculus or both. So why would you not get that? It's going to be more powerful. It's the most powerful console ever created. Sony doesn't put out enough AAA exclusives to really warrant buying another PlayStation 4, especially when doesn't have the power advantage. The indies, they're not pushing those anymore. They're pushing games that are like probably PS5 bound anyway. Looks like stuff like Shenmue 3 is not going to be out for, quote, years and years and years. That Kojima game, years and years and years. These games that they show off aren't going to be on the PS4 anyway, so why would you buy one? That's a really troubling question if you're a Sony fan, and if you're Sony, that people might actually figure this out. Not everybody's an idiot and is going to buy into a slogan again. You know what I mean? Waiting for something is, not in today's society. We want stuff now. We want it when it's announced. The fact that Sony is like, oh, well, wait for this or wait for that, or you know what I mean? Like, to me, there's very little reason, unless you're like only PlayStation fan and you want, like a 4K Blu-ray player and it's going to be cheap and you're not really worried about 4K native gaming or a good experience with VR on the console. If you just, you know what I mean, then maybe. But other than that, why the fuck would anybody in their right goddamn mind buy one of these abominations of a system? You're not going to get the best versions of anything on there. The VR on PlayStation is basically, it's kiddie stuff. You know what I mean? The most awful experiences you can possibly have. I just don't really see this as something that people with intelligence would buy. And I would question your intelligence if you do buy it. Not to be a dick, but obviously I'm going to state the more than obvious, and I say shit that a lot of you think but don't say, because society won't allow it or you'll get jumped on. So I'll fucking say it. I think you're a goddamn idiot if you're looking at getting one console in the next, say, 16 months, and you're like, well, I'm going to get a PS4 Slim or a Neo over a Scorpio. That just absolutely makes no fucking sense to me. Especially if you're like, well, I was interested in VR. Well, if you're interested in VR, dipshit, why would you get the fucking Neo when you can get the fucking Scorpio that's gonna play real VR games? Fucking PC level VR games, right? Or you could get the little fucking quote-unquote kiddie games and experiences for Play School VR. It just absolutely doesn't make sense to me. Get back on that Xbox train. Don't be that fucking guy that just does the brand bullshit. If you really were all about power and just wanting the best and experiencing the best, that's gonna be Xbox. You might as well just hop back on the fucking best box. Who cares if I'm gonna rub it in? Who cares if a lot of other people are gonna rub it in? Don't let that fucking sway you, because you're gonna want the best, and Xbox is the best box. And we've been saying this for a long time, and it's gonna continue to be the truth when Scorpio's out. And I just like fucking breaking pony legs. What can I say? I just did it again. Oops. Rack that shit up. Crapgamer out.